Yo, what is up, 5-9 gamers? It is that time once again. It is a Saturday. It's, of course, time for the Dokkan Battle podcast, and we are coming at you today with episode 51, Extreme Z Everything. So I am your host, the Masked Ningen, and as always, I have a great selection of guests here today to discuss the week's topics with me. So we have, of course, the homie himself, Mr. Goresh.
What's up, everybody? Glad to be here.
We have Mr. Lost in the Sauce himself, Diddy Sauce.
Yo, what's up, guys?
We have, of course, the Commander-in-Chief with the M. Bison hat, Sunblade.
Yo, hello guys. It's been a while, after 3, 4, 5 months. Glad to be back. Hi.
Yeah, it's nice and late for you, so we appreciate it. And same goes for our special guest this week. So you may know him, a friend of Sunblade, one of Germany's finest. Our special guest for this week. Say hello to Ozaru. How's it going, my dude?
What up, boys and girls? Thanks to be here.
Okay, so good panel tonight, packed house, and we got a few important things to talk about. So we're going to jump in straight away with probably the hottest topic, which is, of course, the 2 newly released LRs. We talked about last week how we knew that we were going to get a Gohan and Krillin and a Vegeta because of the update that was put into the global news, which was later changed. And those units are now in the game. So obviously we did do a relay summon video. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. That is on the main channel once you're done with this episode. But aside from that, because I know all of us will have done our own solo summons, how was your experience with the banner? Did you go in deep? Did you get what you wanted? Ozaru, as the special guest today, let us start with you.
Okay, thanks. So I did not went deep because I went with 30,000 stones. No, 3,000, sorry.
I was going to say.
No, 30,000 is way too much. No, sorry. 3,000 stones, I went deep for Evolution Vegeta, and I did not pull him. And after that, I told to myself, no, I'm not gonna go that deep again. So I was about 500 stones deep, I guess. I pulled either Krillin and Gohan, but unfortunately not Vegeta.
Okay, so Goresh, how was your? I know you didn't pull anything too great in the relay, but how was your summons overall?
They were pretty good, actually. The Vegeta was much easier for me to pull than the Krillin and Gohan. I actually saw like a lot of people had the similar experience as that. Like Vegeta was for some reason way easier to get than Krillin and Gohan was. I think I ended up finishing around like 8,000 stones, which is a lot, but to rainbow like a gold coin LR, it's like a little above average maybe. So I mean, it was kind of like mediocre at the end of the day.
And was that 8,000 for both? Or?
Yeah,
8,000 for both. Yeah.
Okay, that's under 10k at least, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Diddy, how have your summons been? Have you gone in much on the banner? Oh, sounds like they were fun.
Well, I like to get one copy of each, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vegeta got up to 2,800, and just now, as I ended my stream, actually, I went up to 4,400 to get my first copy for Gohan and Krillin, so that was fun.
Ooh. Was that, or did you already pull to Vegeta then?
Yeah, I have Vegeta now 79%. My first copy of Krillin and Gohan was 4,400 stones.
Damn. Okay, well, Sunblade, how about you? I know your relay was an interesting one. What was your overall summons like?
So yeah, my relay summon for Fight Night game was pretty bad, but my actual summons were pretty good. I got Vegeta first card with the fake out.
Oh wow.
And I pulled Krillin and Gohan, 450 stones later, and then I stopped because my budget is limited right now because I changed my apartment. I'm in my new apartment now, and that costs a lot of money, so yeah, I had to hold back, but yeah, I'm satisfied. 500 stones and both at 55%, pretty good.
Yeah, I would be pretty satisfied with that as well. So I think it took me 700 to get my first Vegeta, and overall, I think I'm like 1,000 in, and I don't have Gohan and Krillin. So maybe with the stuff that comes out in part 3, I might go back in a little bit. But yeah, like Diddy said, I like to try and get at least one copy, but I'm not going to chase them too hard. So what do you guys actually think of them now that we've gotten a chance to use them in game? Obviously, we saw all the details on paper, but it's always different once you actually get to use them in the game. So Goresh, you have them both rainbowed. What are your initial impressions of them?
Yeah, so I actually haven't had the chance to use them rainbowed yet. I'm still link leveling them, but my initial thoughts on them at 55% is that they're both really, really good. Vegeta is much more usable, obviously, than Krillin and Gohan, just because of the fact that he's on like all those better teams. Krillin and Gohan are only, I think, 5 categories. So that in combination with their links not really being as good as you would like, I guess, for an LR that requires 24 key at all times. I mean, they have the double key passive, so that makes up for it, but. There's actually 0 stages of SBR you can run them on except for the superclass stage. And yeah, I mean, it's just kind of, I mean, it reminds me of like LR Tapion a little bit. Like they're good, but where are you going to use them, right?
Because yeah, for us on Global, obviously we don't have the rapid growth Super Battle Road stage yet. But I feel like they'll probably be pretty useful there. So Ozaru, judging by what you've seen from the two of them and just what we know from their kit, if you had to pick one of the two, would you go with Vegeta as well, or are you a fan of the Gohan and Krillin?
I think I would go with Vegeta because he's much more viable. He has more teams, more categories. I mean, besides the revival skill, it is pretty much limited, but he has a good offense, good defense, and I think the most people summoning for him, especially newcomers, will or can use him in more teams than Krillin and Gohan. I mean, Krillin and Gohan, like Goresh said, Super Battle Roads, it is Super Class or for Super AGL. I mean, Super AGL, I tested him on Super AGL at 55%, and you can win it with him, and you can do it with him but in the long run, Vegeta has more teams and is more viable, I think.
Yeah, so Diddy, you said you got Vegeta to 79%. What are your thoughts on him? Have you taken him into any of the proper endgame content yet? What are your initial impressions of the Vegeta?
I haven't got to use him much. I used him just a tiny bit. I just threw him into some Dokkan events and just seeing his numbers, because I had him at 69%. Today, I just got him to 79. I used him at 69%. He was hitting link level 1s like 5 million, 6 million, like... He's just really good. Revival mechanic. I honestly think it's not as bad as people put it out to be. Where to get it from, because I kind of just compare it to LR Cell, because his is like 30% or below. But yeah, I'm excited to use them. Again, I just pulled the Krillin and Gohan literally like 30 minutes ago, so I just awakened them just now. So I'm excited to use them as well.
And then Sunblade, are you in agreement as well, I assume? Have you tried them both out in different events, or what do you think?
I actually didn't try out Krillin and Gohan yet, but I think they might be useful in some niche teams like Joint Forces. They should work quite well with Goku and Piccolo, but I still have to test that. But I think that their links are holding them back a little bit. As for Vegeta, shout out the truth, he said at first that his kit is bad, but yeah, it turns out that he's pretty good. I agree. I don't know if I would say that he's a top 5 unit. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, he does a lot of damage. And what I really love about him is the key mechanic, that he has like 5 key at the start of turn. Yeah. And that's amazingly good. He will do well on teams like Planetary Destruction. I love that, Inhuman Deeds and so on. He's a great partner with Broly, because you can put Broly in the first slot to do the damage reduction. So yeah, very good unit. I'm happy.
Yeah, he does have some interesting links, because that is probably the biggest problem with Gohan and Krillin, because even on like the Planet Namek Saga team, he's sharing links like prodigies with some of the Vegetas, the Freezers, which is quite useful. So I think everyone seems to be in consensus then that the Vegeta is better. I didn't pull the Gohan, but I used Gohan and Krillin, but I used them as a friend to do like a rapid growth team, and they seem fun, but yeah, they definitely seem a league below the Vegeta. So two interesting new LRs. So on the topic of LRs, we had a very interesting leak recently. The physical Bardock EZA is going to be coming with part 3 of the celebration. So that was one of the ones that was being speculated because of Bardock and Frieza being the win and lose cards, even though obviously they're not directly tied to the Namek saga, but that is going to be coming up. We do have a fan-made form out at the moment, so if you guys want to check the Twitter, you can go ahead and submit your concept for what his EZA will look like, and then potentially make it into the video when that releases very soon. So what do we expect to see from Bardock? What do we think he needs? Goresh, what do you think for physical Bardock? What does he need the most?
Literally just better stats. I mean, he's well, actually not better stats, better passive buffs. Because right now his stats are actually really good. He has 15,000 defense, right? Before he's EZA. Actually, well, his stats aren't going to go up. So 15,000 defense. What does he have? 21,000 attack or something. So his stats are good. He just needs like a better boost. I think what does he get? 70% attack and defense at start of turn. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. The key that he gets from his passive, I think, is good enough. His stats are good enough. His links are solid. So, I mean, it's all there. He just needs better buffs from his passive. Like 70% is not good enough. Maybe give him 140% and he'll be good. And that's all he needs. Honestly, he doesn't really need that much, I don't think.
Okay. Ozaru, would you agree with that? What would you like to see from his EZA if you could maybe go a little bit crazy? Maybe we won't quite see it, but what would you like to see from his?
The most thing I hated about Bardock was that his ceiling ability is on his 18 key and not 12 key, and that his greatly raising attack is on his 12 key. So I'm wishing that he is getting on his 18 key minimum raise attack and defense. Because I think it's more viable in runs like Super Battle Road. If his ceiling ability was in his 12 key and his greatly raising attack on his 18 key, but that's another story. I mean, we can't change that. But I'm wishing for him, he has attack and defense 70%. Against 2 or more enemies, he's getting 60% defense. I think we can expect something like Majin Vegeta or EZA Broly, where his passive is going to be designed like the scene where he is from. Like, for example, that he's going to do this and that against Extreme Class or against Wicked Bloodline, or he has something with a Goku in his passive. Something like that, I could imagine.
Yeah, or maybe Team Bardock even, because I think that's that's a
true,
team
true.
that he definitely buffs, because obviously, like the Ginyu Force, it's a kind of small, weak category, so it'd be interesting to see what he does on there. So, Sunblade, if you had to guess, obviously we don't know any details about the actual event itself, but of course, as an LR EZA, it will be a 10-stage event where the damage link will obviously be legendary power. But what do you think the special category will be for the Bardock EZA event?
I personally think we will see Terrifying Conquerors. That would be really, really fun because Extreme STR Terrifying Conquerors is extremely powerful. We just had the new category against the Goku. So, Wicked Bloodline is possible as well. But yeah, my money also is on Terrifying Conquerors right now. So we can obliterate Bardock with Turles.
Yes, Extreme STR is very strong anyway, but it fits very nicely into that particular category. So very, very good. And do you think maybe, since we're sticking with a bit of a Bardock theme, he's getting that EZA, do you think maybe, just maybe, we could see one or both of the last copies of the LR Team Bardock? Diddy, what do you think?
It would definitely be nice, to actually rainbow the LR. I was gonna say, I'm thinking that maybe the SA revamp is gonna happen for this guy, because last year it was Majin Vegeta, and now it's like not on the banner, right? Because there's actually just 2 new LRs this time around. I'm thinking that because now they're gonna EZA on a part 3, they're also gonna revamp the SA, and then they're gonna have the EZA banner as well.
Yeah, I would love to see that, because his obviously his 18 key with the all the members of Team Bardock, if that was to get a revamp to the quality of animations that we have now, I would love that. So I've got mine Rainbow level 10 links ready to go, so I'm very excited to see what his EZA is going to bring. So, on the subject of EZAs, the other things that were confirmed, these aren't really leaks, they were in the V-Jump. So, the free-to-play unit EZAs are confirmed for Part 3. This is something that we obviously speculated and talked about on previous episodes, because all 3 of the free-to-play units are somewhere between bad and unusable in their current state. So Zarbon and Dodoria, Krillin and Vegeta, and the physical Goku, who returned from a few years ago. So if we go by each unit, so we'll start off with Ozaru. For the Zarbon and Dodoria, what do you think these guys really need to actually be a useful option for your teams?
Let me quick take a look at what his unit does. Okay, I mean, I can imagine that this supporting aspect for Space Traveling Warriors goes up to key 3, attack and defense. 30 or 40% would be nice. Other than that, I think the stats will go up. And that's it.
So let me double check as well. What's their super attack? They lower attack on this.
It lowers attack, yeah. Exactly.
They will probably lower defense.
Oof, calm down.
That's true.
That's a bit too much, man. Yeah.
All right, so Goresh, what about the Krillin and Vegeta? What do you think they need? Because obviously super type Namek Saga, obviously they start off as super type anyway with the Krillin, definitely needs some extra units. So what do they really need to be a good fit on that team?
Well, just looking at what they do, obviously their attack and defense is going to go up. Get more attack and defense when they perform a super attack. Their medium chance is probably going to go up to a high chance to dodge, right? And then I'm thinking with each attack evaded, maybe they get attack as well as defense. That would help a lot as well. And then the one thing I'm looking at that really needs to change is the Vegeta post exchange, because like he's so bland. Like all he has is attack and defense, and then more attack and defense when he performs a super, right?
Yeah, I think
yeah, I mean, like there's no like indication of what he's going to get at all, because there's no like, I don't know. He recovers HP once only. Maybe he recovers instead of 20%, 50%. That would be much better. Obviously, his damage and defense is going to go up, but maybe I don't know. Maybe he sees super attacked for like 3 turns or something. That would be good.
It's a powerful mechanic. Yeah, because that's one thing that's very noticeable straight away, the fact that the Krillin has things like the built-in chance to dodge and then obviously the build-up, whereas, Vegeta just has straight-out stats. But that'll be very interesting to see him get something a little bit more interesting. And then Sunblade for the physical Goku. So I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head how long you've been playing. Did you have him before, or did you have to get him from this celebration?
I had him before, but I played global in the past and switched over to JP. So, but I had him on both versions. So I would love to have him as a support unit, so I can play him alongside maybe or as a floater with the LR in Goku, because the Piccolo doesn't work that well with the Goku, unlike the third form Frieza with the full power Frieza. Other than that, maybe change the super attack a little bit. He raises defense by 30% for 3 turns. Maybe he could greatly raise attack for 1 turn. Maybe another gimmick for the passive skill. Otherwise, it's fine. Increase the attack and defense buff to 150, I think. And include that support type passive. I would love that.
Yeah, support unit would definitely be good, because as you said, the Piccolo doesn't quite work with the Goku as well as the third form Frieza works with Frieza. So having another super type unit for that team that had a very good support effect would definitely be very good.
So you would give him a Planet Namek Saga support, or?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't specify that. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Just
because this team needs help, man.
Yeah.
and
types and different types.
Yeah, very true. So, whilst this one wasn't in the actual V-Jump spread, the other thing we do know is, of course, one last member of the Ginyu Force needs to get his EZA, and that is, of course, the captain himself, the Int Captain Ginyu. So, Diddy, what do you think? The Ginyu Force EZAs have been pretty good so far. Do you think that the captain has the chance to come in and be the best of the bunch? What do you think that we'll see from his EZA?
I think he definitely could be, just because of the fact of his damage reduction that he already has. He has like the damage reduction of 50% when fighting 2 enemies. And they can either make that higher, or they could just make it so it's like, so in general, he'll have that. I do also think that they could just also throw in the Tech Ginyu Force and EZA them as well. I've been thinking that's a possibility, because it's just been batches of 2, right? So this would just be the first batch of 1.
Well, that is exactly what I was going to say next. So, let's, what do you think? What do you think they would do for them then? Since you managed to sneak it in there before me. So, they, like you said, they've been doing them in 2s. So it's definitely likely, even though it hasn't been announced at all yet, that once Ginyu's is done, I imagine it would be like a lot of the free-to-play ones, where you'd have to do all of the Ginyu Force members, and then it would unlock an Extreme Z area for the Tech one. So, what do you think the Tech one could get then, Diddy?
I mean, they definitely have to be given key now because I'm looking at their passive. All they're giving is the attack and defense. It's like extreme class allies, attack and defense 30%, and then Ginyu Force category allies, attack and defense plus 20% in addition. So I definitely think they're going to be giving key, hopefully to just specifically extreme types. Like they give like 3 key to extreme, and then maybe they give like an extra 1 or 2 to Ginyu Force, but that might even be pushing it itself. Hopefully they also get a. Like they raise allies defense by 30% or extreme class allies. That could change to defense and attack by 30%. They could definitely do a lot with this. They definitely need more of their own attack and defense buff as well, though.
Yeah, because they have one of those older support unit sort of archetypes where they give support, but then they don't have their own attack and defense. So all they're getting is what they get from support. So, Ozaru, what do you think they would need? Obviously, the Ginyu Force, they lead the Ginyu Force category, which outside of the Super Battle Road stage and I guess doing stuff for fun, there isn't a huge reason to use that team a lot. However, this LR, with the fact they do have a support passive already, they are on a lot of teams like Space Traveling Warriors and Terrifying Conquerors. What do you think that this unit would need to get in order to be actually runnable on those teams, even if it was maybe just as a support unit?
First of all, at start of turn, attack and defense. I mean, I would wish if they had just attack and defense 100% for themselves. The support aspect for Extreme Class key would be nice, like Diddy said. So like, if we say key plus 3 for Extreme Class allies, attack and defense 30%, I mean, that's really good for setups like Terrifying Conquerors or Space Traveling Warriors as well. And give him some buffs for his essays. I mean, he does great erase attack for 1 turn with his 12 key. Give him great erase attack defense as well. And just stats. I think they need stats for their own.
Yeah, because giving them an effect on super would obviously be very helpful, because then if you are running them as a 3rd slot unit on those teams, then obviously they're going to get their super off before they get attacked, and that could definitely make them very useful. So yeah, who knows? Obviously, like I said, that is not confirmed, so don't take that as gospel, anyone, but hopefully, fingers crossed, they will get one as well, and we can have a fully EZA'd Ginyu Force team. And then for all of us on Global, when they finally decide to give us the next set of Super Battle Road or Extreme Super Battle Road stages, we're obviously going to have a much easier time getting that stage done, because I didn't see a lot of people struggling with them before they were EZA'd, so...
I think for the tech Ginyu, more than in like anything in their passive, if they're not going to give us a Ginyu Dokkan Fest, their leader skill needs to like jump way up. I think like that's the biggest thing that could change with them. I think because right now they could be like the best unit in the game, but their leader skill sucks. So
true.
What does Team Bardock have?
I didn't even notice I was 100%.
I think is Team Bardock 120. Let me check.
Let me see.
Yes, it is. I just checked him. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, so 120 minimum. 150? Because, I mean, it's basically a full free-to-play team. I know they're all EZA'd now, but 150, would that be too much? That was just wishful thinking. I don't know. That'd be pretty great. So the other thing that was mentioned in the V-Jump leaks is, of course, my favorite, your favorite, everybody's favorite mode in the game. That's right. Part 3 is bringing us another explosive chain battle. And this one is going to be against the Namek Goku. So I'm going to throw this over to Sunblade first, because I did see you tweet earlier. You have a tag where you're getting some prospective units ready. So what do we think the weakness is going to be for the Super and Extreme types for this chain battle?
I think it's partly obvious. We should be prepared for Planet Namek Saga. I also believe that we have to bring the new category from Frieza, from the Agile for Power Frieza, maybe Wicked Bloodline. But yeah, Planet Namek Saga is obvious to me. So yeah, prepare the STR Rage Goku, the STR Namek Goku, who hopefully will get an EZA in the future. I saw your tweet, Goresh. I agree with you. And yeah, last but not least, for the 5-9 guys, Goresh and me will actually work on a guide for Chain Battle very, very soon, so stay tuned for that.
Ooh. Yeah, I've been waiting for that one. I'm always seeing Goresh's screenshots and being extremely jealous, so we'll, hopefully this one will go just as well. So, yeah, Sworn Enemies is the Frieza category. That seems very likely. Planet Namek Saga obviously does cover both. Ozaru, what do you think for the super category? Do you think it will just be the new Goku one, or will it be something different?
I could imagine that eventually Space Traveling Warrior could a category as well. How many categories are they?
They vary because it's been. I think it's
okay.
the minimum it's been before. I think is either 2 or 3, and then one of them I swear has been like 4 or 5. So it's a bit all over the place, just like the mode itself. Hey, so. But yeah, legendary. Yeah, legendary existence seems likely because obviously it's been kind of a theme with these chain battles that they want you to use the new unit. So yeah, exactly. But yes, of course, chain battle. What will be interesting to see actually, because JP had the EX skill orbs upgrade, didn't they, for the rewards for chain battle? But global hasn't had that yet. So, do you think, Goresh, maybe we could see this could be the debut? Because those have been added to global, right, with one of the events that came out, although we didn't get many. But
yeah, potentially. We would need a download for that, right? For the to add all those skill orbs. I mean, maybe. When did JP get that? I think it was. I forget which.
Was it the Janemba one?
Maybe
it was when
Janemba
Janemba came out.
Yeah, I think so. The Janemba one,
dude, that's gonna be like December if we don't get it right now. So hopefully we do.
Does not Global have the Dynamic Saga EX skill orbs from the event?
Yeah. Okay. That's the only one we have. That's the first one we ever got.
Yeah, so other than that, those are the only ones released. So yeah, it would be interesting because obviously the JP version of that chain battle is going to have those as a reward. So that would be quite nice if they brought that to global with that update, because I feel like that does add a little bit more value to chain battle, being able to get some of those better rewards. So fingers crossed, we will see that come to global with this update. So moving on to, that's most of the big topics covered today. There was just a couple of things that I wanted to go over at the end here. So obviously we talked about the Guru event that released on last week's episode. And yeah, we've kind of all been joking and memeing about that for the whole week. So we'll start off with Ozaru as the guest. So I think you can have done the stage all 10 times now, right? You can have completed all the missions. How has your link level experience with the Guru stage been?
I mean, finally, it's the best stage for link leveling. One link went from 1 to 10 immediately. No, jokes aside, it's trash, man. The quest area is better.
So Goresh, how's your? Have you had any good runs on it, or how's that gone?
It's been okay. I mean, to me, it's a stage that takes 30 seconds a day to do, and it's like average link levels, I would say. So it's not like anything too insane, but I don't know. It's not bad. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, Diddy, have you had any good luck with that stage?
I mean, I would say half the time I get a link up. And it's like just one, but it's like 8 to 9. So it's like I'll take it like Goresh. It's like 30 seconds to do it, so I don't mind.
And Sunblade, anything particularly good?
Yeah, Metamorphosis for my STR EZA Freezer is now at link level 10, thanks to the event. But yeah, I agree with Ozaru. This event is trash. They overhyped it. Akatsuki overhyped it in the stream, and the description is so off. I have to agree with Tunrami here with the recent tweets he did. So.
Yeah,
I mean, the problem. Sorry, the problem is that it can happen that no link skill levels up.
Yeah,
and that's unfortunate.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's an increased percentage chance, but unfortunately, as we all know, when AGL UI Goku doesn't dodge attacks, as long as there's a 1% chance that you're not going to get something, there's that chance you're not going to get something. So I've had a sort of similar experience. I've taken in my team that I've been link leveling since the start of the celebration, so most of them are like 8s and 9s. And I think I've had a link go up maybe half of the runs. But I have seen a lot of people showing screenshots of getting a lot of the lower level links to go up, because obviously they have a higher chance to go up anyway, and the stage has an increased chance. So I guess if you have a set of units that you're nearly finished, maybe take advantage of the event by taking in a set of units that are maybe the next ones that you're going to start doing, and then you'll get a nice head start on them. But yeah, I haven't had a lot of great experience with getting actual level 10 links.
Also, I had good experience with units that have more transformations. like the transforming AGL Goku or transforming Frieza or Vegeta. The links went up for them because they have so much link skills to level up.
Yeah, I think they were one of the units that got one today for me because, yeah, like you say, the exchange, they have a lot of units, a lot of links that need to go up. So, but yeah, definitely it was overhyped a little bit. It is a slightly higher chance, but because there's only one fight as well, it does sometimes feel like just doing good old 23-8 for 23 stamina might work out slightly better. But there are missions. But of course, once you've done the 10 runs to do all the missions, I guess it's up to you at that point whether you want to continue trying it out or not. Like Goresh and Diddy said, it doesn't take very long. It's 30 stamina, and
yeah, I think
maybe you get lucky.
The biggest like annoying part about the event is that it costs 30 stamina, right? I feel like if it was like 10 stamina, it would be like, who cares, right? But 30, if you're like a newer player, like that's a lot of stamina, right? 30.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like like you said, 23-8 costs less stamina than the Link level event, and I think it's better. Just because there's way more fights in it, right? So while the 23 is going to take way longer to actually do, because it's 12 to 15 times like longer than the actual Link leveling stage, it's more worth it for your stamina consumption.
Yeah, I think because I don't know all the details, we'd have to leave that up to people that can see the code and whatnot. But I'm assuming it just works mechanically the same as a normal event. So it takes into account the fact that it costs 30 stamina, but then it does give you a slight extra boost. Like Goresh was saying, I think it would be better if they'd made the stamina cost a lot lower, but then to counteract that, made the boost a lot higher, because then it would obviously be operating off the fact that it only costs, say, 10 stamina. But then just give it a much bigger boost. I think that could have been maybe something that we'd have all been a little bit more excited about. So, but yeah, so the last thing, of course, I wanted to talk about is we have the Bulma Stone event is still going on. Obviously, there was a lot of talk when the event first dropped. Obviously, it mentioned in the details the fact that it would only be going until a certain amount of stones were given out and then it would stop. This happened quite a long time ago with another celebration, and I believe the stones ran out quite a bit earlier than people were expecting. But we are still going strong on this one. So do we think that they maybe learned from last time and they're actually just going to give out, a certain amount every day anyway? Or is there actually a total that we are in danger of hitting? Diddy, what do you think?
Well, isn't the whole thing like it's 350 million? There's 350 million. Yeah, I mean, they're doing a great job, obviously, because what are we at, like 70 million right now given out? We're like not even close to halfway. I think it's amazing. It's obviously, I think one of the best things they've actually ever done. If this goes all the way through, which it's seeming like it is, it's going to be a lot of stones given out. And this event is actually crazy. One of the best events.
Yeah, so outside of Goresh, outside of an anniversary celebration, which obviously normally brings the biggest and best of everything, has this been the most generous in terms of free stones that we've seen in a long time, thanks to this event?
Yeah, I was gonna say, assuming this goes the whole way without like running out, then yeah.
And Ozaru, what do you think? Do you think they? Because obviously, I think after the first day, it was it 10 million?
10, I think, yes.
People just essentially, we worked it out that if it then was the same amount every day, it would run exactly up to the end. So is that just a nice coincidence, or do you think maybe they did fudge the numbers a little bit?
I don't know if they fudged it, but I mean, 350 million Dragon Stones in a pot, it's really, it's a lot. So it would be nice if it goes till the end. I think it would be 280 stones for everyone, and I mean that's really good for just logging in, doing one stage, and that's it.
Yeah,
I don't think people understand exactly how ridiculous that is because it's spread out over such a long period of time, right? If it was you did the event once and you got 280 stones from like a mission or something, can you imagine what people would be like?
Yeah, so it might take some time to get them, but definitely one of the most generous events we've seen in a while in terms of giving out stones. And it's a good way to look at the fact that once you've done all the quick, easy stones and done your summons, this is something you can build up some, maybe some stones to save ready for whatever is coming next. So those were the big categories that we had listed to talk about for today. So we are going to go to a short break over here. If you guys want to leave some questions in the chat, once we come back, we will pick out a few of those to go through. And yeah, that will be very soon. So we're going to go ahead and go to a short break here. Go grab a drink, go to the bathroom, anything like that you need to do. Drop us a question and we will be back very soon. Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back. So we're going to go through the chat, pick out a couple of quick questions here from you guys. So for the first one here, we have Kamimori asks, what do you guys think about a category searching system, as there are so many nowadays? Ozaru, what do you think about this?
I mean, for global, it would be nice, but the one playing JP. No, it would be nice, of course. Nice quell update.
Yeah, Goresh, do you ever have any troubles with finding that one category that you're looking for?
A few times, yeah.
Yeah, so what do I think? Alphabetical order, I think, would be a great one straight off.
Yeah,
the bat,
dude, I don't really know what the because a lot of people are like, oh, it's in alphabetical order for JP. No, it's not. It's just random.
Well, there you go. Well, one of the questions here is, are you guys sad that none of the older LRs got a new super attack animation like Majin Vegeta? Maybe Bardock will get one for part 3. Diddy, you did cover that. That's
yeah, I do think he'll be getting that.
I think that would be very, very good. Right, so Sunblade, you did mention this briefly. So we've got a question from Ray Kuza here that says, is it a mistake not giving STR Namek Goku and EZA in this celebration? Many players didn't have the luxury of pulling the new LRs and it decreases the fun. What do you think?
So yeah, first off, guys, I'm taking this right now. Go to Twitter and follow Goresh X. He tweeted about this recently, and I agree. STR Namek Goku should get an EZA because he's the category leader for Planet Namek Saga, and this team needs help. This team needs help. The card is not good anymore. So, and yeah, it fits the theme. Like, physical Bardock is fine, I guess. But STR Namek Goku would be much better for this celebration. So, yeah. Give him an EZA. Yeah. He needs the improvement. So yeah, Goresh, go on.
I think the problem is that, like, we got a new leader for the category, right, with full power Frieza. The problem is he doesn't work well with any of the super class units, or even like the Vegeta, because Vegeta technically is extreme, but he has like a lot of the Saiyan links and stuff like that. So like Frieza is ridiculous. We all know this, but Frieza as the Planet Namek Saga leader, he's only gonna work well with other Friezas. So it's kind of a similar situation that we had with LR Int Cell 2 years ago, where he led the Android/Cell saga, but like who are you linking with him? Like are you just like putting a bunch of Super Saiyans with him who are going to share like 2 links with him? So the best thing they could do right now is to EZA that Namek Goku, so you can have 2 variations of the team. You can have like an extreme based team where you have like a lot of Friezas and that's it, and then you can have a super class variation of the team where you have the Namek Goku EZA, you can have the LR Super Saiyan Int Goku, you have the Gohan and Krillin, and it's just 2 different like iterations of the team that could work well. So I just don't understand the thought process behind Bardock right now. I'm fine with Bardock. I think he's cool. He needs the help, but for the theme of the celebration and in order to help out the units that literally came out days ago, it would be much better if they just EZA'd that Namek Goku.
Yeah, for sure. So Ozaru, this is an interesting one here from Mr. Suits. It says, is there any combination of mechanics you guys would like to see in the future, like how Vegeta and Goku have both a revival and an exchange?
Ooh, let me think about it. A good question. So a combination from 2 characters. Unfortunately not, but what I want to see at the end of the year is a great Vegeta versus Kaioken Goku as a dual Dokkan fest.
Yeah, that's definitely something I think we've talked about it on the podcast a lot. That's something I think we're all looking forward to. But yeah, seeing combinations of these new things being added is pretty great. And unfortunately, I have lost where the question was in the chat. So unfortunately, oh wait, no, I see it here. I was going to say I can't say, but it's Steve Tax 101. I'm going to quickly send this to all of you, and then this will be the final question here. Which LR would you guys want to see get their EZA next? So Diddy, let's start with you. Just off the top of your head, which LR do you want to get an EZA next?
Like if we're not talking about Bardock, if we're just gonna take that to the side.
Yeah, after Bardock, I guess. Yeah.
Honestly, Goku Black and Zamasu. God, I'm so excited for them.
Nice
so excited for them.
Yes, that's a good choice. I agree with that. Sunblade?
Yeah. Tech Goku Black and Zamasu.
No,
Because,
you gotta pick a different one. Sorry.
a different one. Okay. Okay, give me the Ginyu Force. Tech Ginyu Force, it's not confirmed, so
Okay, yeah.
I'll go with the Tech Ginyu Force. I'm excited about them. Because
Okay.
they will be the weakest unit on the team right now. Without
Yeah.
EZA.
Goresh, who's your number one pick for the next LR EZA?
It's LR Piccolo.
Oh, yes. That would actually be very good.
He's really good though, so maybe they won't have to make him too good. But
Give him the that beefy leader skill. Put him up to 200% HP. Oof.
yeah,
And then Ozaru, to finish us off here, who is your top pick for the next LR you would like to get an EZA?
It would be Ella Beerus and Wiz.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
that is a good
I
pick.
forgot.
like
I
that.
should have said probably Tech Super 17, man. He needs one.
Yes, let's go. Tech Super 17, come on.
He's not that bad, man.
No, he's just
all right.
painfully average.
all
My
right.
poor, my boy. What they did to my boy. Well, there you go. Those are some good picks. I would be very excited to see all of those. Now that we're going into the 100% LR lead meta with the Bardock, I'm also quite excited to see Bojack get his, because obviously he found a new lease of life when the Dokkan Fast Bojack released, so he would only get even better with an EZA, and I do love the Space Traveling Warriors team. So there you go. That is all that we have time for today. Thank you to everybody who did put your questions in the chat. I want to say a big thank you, of course, as always, to all of my guests this week, and a big special thank you to Ozaru for coming on as the special
problem.
guest this week. I hope you had a good time.
Of course.
Yeah, so that is going to be it from me, the Masked Ningen, Sunblade, Goresh, Diddy, and Ozaru. And of course, special shout out to our man behind the scenes, Troco, for running the boards. Thanks to all of you guys for coming out. As always, if you did make it a little bit late or you're just showing up now, the podcast will be uploaded in full onto the YouTube channel tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Follow us on Twitter. Check out all our social media links so you can stay up to date with everything that we are doing. And we will see you all again soon. Peace out.